That's a great question. Obviously, a lot of folks are very, very afraid of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And, quite honestly, 5 years ago when we were approached by a Bitcoin holder to accept payment for a property in Bitcoin, that was new, that was different. And then it was a lot newer. A lot of people hadn't heard of it. And so we looked at that. I had heard of Bitcoin. I had been exposed back in maybe 2015, 2016 with a guy named Paul Rosenberg, who's a longtime friend. And he got into cryptocurrency, in fact, started a company called Crypto Hippie, which is kind of funny. He's always been into internet security, digital privacy, those kinds of things. And he got into Bitcoin very, very early. I tease him that he's Satoshi. I don't think he is, but anyway, he could be because he was in way, way, way back at the very, very beginning. He exposed me to it at a conference in Belize. I didn't transact. I should have. I think it was maybe $2-3 a coin at that point. So when we were approached 5 years ago, back in 2017, to accept a Bitcoin payment, we talked about it internally and we said, why not? Let's take it. And so we did. And it was a very, very small transaction. It was for one of our teak parcels. So it was maybe, $6,000, $8,000. It wasn't a whole lot of money. But it broke the ice, so to speak. And then other people heard that we did, and we talked about the fact that we took Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And over the years, we became known as a development company that does accept cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin for payments. We were asked to speak at some conferences and write some articles about it. And so that's really how it all evolved. It was just simply somebody approaching us, but then us looking at it and examining, the real risk. I've written some articles, and one of them in particular I call Risk versus the Perception of Risk. And it really, that's what investment should be about, right? If we have risk, we need to evaluate it. If there's the perception of risk, that's a very different thing. Sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. And when the perception of something is risky and the risk isn't there, that's arbitrage. That's true arbitrage. It's an information gap. And so we looked at Bitcoin, we did the analysis, even though a lot of people were saying, ooh, danger. We looked at it and we said, well, no, probably not actually. And so that was the analysis, and that's how we got involved in taking Bitcoin.